Hi guys, welcome to Good Living Daily, the channel that's all about helping you live your best life possible. My name's Chester and today I'm going to share with you 5 simple changes you can make right now to absolutely maximize your health and in particular your immune system's health. So what is our immune system and why is it so important? It is like our body's defense system. And it's a vastly complex system made up of millions of cells, tissues, organs and chemicals, all working together in perfect harmony like a beautiful orchestra to keep us safe and healthy every single day. No, thousands of times a day in fact, and we don't even realize it. Things that we just take for granted, such as our skin is our first line of defense for our immune system. It's kind of like an old castle or an old medieval city. Always it was surrounded by a strong outer city wall that kept invaders out, right? That's like our skin. If an invader managed to get past our skin, then it's got to deal with our tears and even our saliva, which both contain antibacterial enzymes. If it managed to get past those, then it's got to deal with our mucus. You know that lovely green phlegmy stuff? Delicious, that stuff. That will actually trap the foreign body and prevent it from progressing any further, and then allowing us to cough and get rid of it. If the invader managed to get past the mucus, it's got to deal with millions of tiny little hairs in the lungs called villi, which will again trap it in its tracks and prevent it going any further. If it managed to get into our stomach, the invader, then it's got to deal with some super strong hydrochloric acid, which is going to melt anything in sight. If the invader then manages to get into the rest of our body, our bloodstream, then it gets really interesting. We have specific cells that will find and locate this antigen, this virus, this bacteria, etc. Once it's located it, it calls in the reinforcements, it calls in the muscle. The attack cells come down and they attack it, as the name would suggest, and they destroy it. Then we have specific cells which come and save a little bit of that antigen's DNA, and they make copies, they make antibodies, so that if that antigen gets into our body again, our immune system kicks straight into gear, sends in the guys, they know exactly how to locate it straight away and how to destroy it straight away. That is called immunization. That is how we only get chickenpox once, for example. And I'm sure you'll agree that is absolutely mind-blowing. So this is of course important all of the time. Keeping our immune system healthy is going to keep us healthy and safe all the time. But it is especially important right now during a global pandemic. Now here in the UK at least, our government has relaxed some restrictions on our lockdown, which is fantastic. We can get out more, we can do unlimited exercise, which is amazing for our health and our well-being. Some people are also going back to work, which again is fantastic, productive and good for the economy. But of course, getting out more does present us with more risk, more exposure to infection. COVID-19 and other infections. And that is why we really need to maximize our immune system and show it some love, this unsung hero some love. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, I can feel it. You're super excited to dive into the ocean that is the immune system. You've got your Speedos on, you've got your goggles ready. Amazing. But, sorry guys, bear with me 2 seconds. I just have to share 2 very, very quick caveats with you. Number 1, keep the Speedos on. We're almost there. Number 1, some of the ideas I'm going to share with you today, I'd like you to consider and see how you can implement in your life right now. But they are a little bit more advanced. They're on the more advanced end of the health spectrum, shall we say. So before we get on to the cool, sexy stuff, we do need to make sure we've built a strong, healthy foundation. Now, I like to think of that foundation as 4 pillars of health. You know, like a nice old Roman building, it had those strong columns supporting the rest of the building. That's our 4 pillars of health. We have always exercise, always eating a healthy, balanced diet, always drinking plenty of water, not plenty of booze, plenty of water, and always sleeping good amounts every single day. They're the basics. Let's get them nailed down, and then we can build on the more cool, advanced, sexy stuff. Right, caveat number 2, numero dos. Okay, you're going to be super healthy. You've got the 4 pillars nailed down, and I'm going to share with you some amazing, cool, more advanced, sexy, healthy stuff. We're going to be super, super healthy as soon as you've watched this video. But with that being said, none of that is a substitute for practicing good hygiene, washing your hands for 20 seconds, maintaining social distancing, always listening to your government's advice. Okay guys, now's the time to dive straight in. Okay, number 1, do not overlook the importance of zinc. Now, forget I've just mentioned zinc. Forget it, put it out of your mind. If I was to ask you which micronutrient, which vitamin or mineral springs to mind when you think of the immune system, what would you say? Maybe you take this micronutrient when you have a cough or a cold, you eat foods rich in it when you're feeling ill, or maybe you take a supplement every single day. Yeah, you're thinking vitamin C, aren't you? I know, I can vitamin C right through you. Okay, vitamin C is super important. Vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene, all the antioxidants, all of the vitamins in fact, all of the minerals, super important, and they all play different roles in our health. We need them all. But our good friend, good old Mr. Zinc, or Mrs. Zinc, I should say, it's the 21st century, non-binary zinc, our good friend, often gets overlooked. But zinc is super important for our immune system's health. Zinc helps promote healing, it helps fight infection, and zinc deficiency can even result in immune system dysfunction. Not what we want at all. Now, why is this important? Well, in developed countries, here in the UK for example, if you're eating a healthy, rich, varied, balanced diet, zinc should not be a problem. But a surprising number of adults in developed countries are actually slightly deficient in zinc. Now that's not good. So what can we do right now to change this, to improve our immune system and increase our zinc levels in the body? Well, you can eat foods, whole grain foods, sorry. Now I've got a brilliant video on fermented porridge, which is a fantastic way to get whole grains into your diet first thing in the morning. I will include a link to that in the description below. Have a watch. Number 2, you can eat more legumes. You can eat more nuts. You can eat more beans. Now apologies, I'm never sure if beans are legumes, but there's 4 options for you right there to get some zinc into your diet. Make sure your immune system is functioning much, much better. Okay guys, point number 2, how can we reduce stress in our lives right now? Okay, we're going to keep this really, really simple and really, really quick. There are 2 types of stress in our lives. There is necessary stress and there is unnecessary stress. Now, both forms of stress have a similar effect on the body. Both cause oxidative stress within the cells and tissues. However, there's one clear distinction. It's the duration of that stress, the oxidative stress in the cells and tissues, that causes problems or can actually be really health beneficial to us. So again, very, very quickly, necessary stress, something such as exercise. You place a stress on the body and then you adapt and you recover. The stress adaptation recovery model. That's how we become more efficient, how we become stronger and fitter. And that's serving us to help build us up. Another example could be getting out of your comfort zone. Maybe if you're anything like I used to be, I used to really not like public speaking. And if you ever get up and speak in front of public, you get that immediate stress response, right? You can feel it. Your heart starts pounding, your palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on your sweater already. You know the drill. So that is an immediate stress response, but because it's quick, it spikes your immune system. It actually kicks it into gear, which is what we want. And it's healthy, it's beneficial to you, and it also serves you, and it helps grow you as a person, right? On the other hand, unnecessary stress is generally prolonged stress. So again, we've got the same immune response as the necessary stress. It kickstarts our immune system, but in this case, it's kickstarting it and then it's going on for far, far, far too long. And it's not building us up, it's eventually going to break us down. Oxidative stress for longer periods of time begins to break down our cells and our DNA. Now you've probably felt this. A great example is when you've heard someone say, I'm stressed out. Maybe you've been stressed out before an exam, for example. And maybe you've worked yourself up so much that you've become physically ill. You've developed a cough or a cold or even something like an ulcer in your mouth. Is a massive sign that your immune system is working overtime. And you need to get that stress under control, get yourself back into balance. So, what can we do right now to reduce the unnecessary stress, the anxiety, the negative emotions, etc.? We can laugh. Nature's best medicine is laughter. Put on a comedy, laugh with your friends and your family. You can practice the attitude of gratitude. I go on about this all the time, but it's physically impossible to be angry, anxious, any negative emotion when you're feeling grateful and abundant. You can talk to someone. If you really need to, talk to a professional or write a journal, get those feelings and thoughts out there. And lastly, you can, one of my favorites, practice meditation. That will really, really help. It's helped me massively with anxiety. Okay, number 3, have you considered intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is incredibly popular at the moment. Why? Because it can offer you a whole of Okay, number 3, have you considered intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting, I'm sure you've heard loads about it. It is incredibly popular at the moment. Why? Because it can offer you a whole range of amazing health benefits, such as you can expect reduced body fat percentage, you can expect reduced cholesterol levels, reduced blood sugar levels, reduced insulin levels, improved cardiac health, and this is a big one for us right now, talking about our immune system health, you can expect reduced inflammation in the body. That is massive. So inflammation, we've already spoken about stress, psychological stress, oxidative stress. All of that oxidative stress in the body, the free radicals from our diet, eating too much of the wrong things, adding on top of that the psychological stress, all of that stress leads to inflammation in our bodies, in our tissues, in our cells. Now, inflammation is not good. And chronic inflammation can lead to such conditions as diabetes, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis, to name but a few. It's also very, very, very not good for our immune system health, of course. So what can we do right now to change that? We can try intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting does not mean starving yourself. There are loads of different options that you can try. That's the good news. You can have fun, you can experiment, see what works for you, see what you enjoy. Have a look at, if you're interested, 5-2 diet, very, very popular. Have a look at 16-8, another really good one, that's my favorite. Also, you could consider just fasting for 1 day a week or even 1 day a month. You'll still reap some amazing health benefits. There you go, intermittent fasting, give it a try. Okay, point number 4, cold showers. Now I know, cold showers, horrible. Why would you even think about taking a cold shower? Well, because there are a whole host of proposed health benefits associated with it, which I will get into in just a second. Bear with me. But first, two very, very, very important caveats. Number one, cold showers means a cold shower at home, somewhere where you can step out of the shower straight away if you need to get warm, if you need to get dry quickly. It does definitely not mean going into a large open water source, the sea, a lake, a pond even, rivers, anything like that, where you could experience cold water shock, swim failure, beyond that, and then beyond that, hypothermia. So I'm absolutely not recommending swimming, going into a large open water source for this cold water treatment. I'm talking about a shower at home. Number two, please seek medical advice before you even try a cold shower. Why? Because it can have a significant impact on your body, your stress response, kickstarting your heart, your cardiovascular system, which is good if you're healthy, but it can also be pretty dangerous. So please seek medical advice first. So let's get straight into it. Cold showers. I absolutely love cold showers. I have one every single day, and I have the Iceman, Wim Hof, to thank for these cold showers. So I would like to direct you straight to Wim Hof's website, which I will include a link to below, and Wim Hof's YouTube channel, which are both fantastic. Head over there to see all of the research behind cold water therapy and to see Wim Hof's breathing technique and his exercises he recommends for the whole Wim Hof method. But according to Wim Hof, quickly, what can we expect from taking cold showers, specifically in regards to our immune system health? Well, you can expect everything from fat loss, improved cardiovascular health, to improved immune system health. Now, this is the big one, right? What does this mean? Well, research tells us, according to Wim Hof, we can expect to experience increased levels of white blood cells within our body. Do you remember me talking about the cells that come down when there's an antigen and they do the business and they attack those cells, get rid of them and keep us safe? That's the white blood cells. They're our body's defense system mechanism, which is pretty cool. If we can increase them just by having cold showers, to me, that is super cool. Number two, because, as I mentioned, we have a stress response when we're in that cold water. Our skin temperature drops so fast, which is why it can be dangerous, that our body kickstarts a stress response, and that in turn kickstarts our immune response, kind of like exercise. It's almost like a necessary stress, and we grow from it, we improve from it, and our immune system is much healthier and firing on all cylinders after it. And on top of all of that good stuff, and once again, please head over to Wim Hof's website and YouTube channel for even more good stuff. But on top of all of that, have one in the morning before work, and it's better, I promise you, it's better than having 4 double espressos. You are going to be so full of energy, so euphoric even, and it's going to set you up for an amazing, productive, successful, happy, healthy day, which is what we're all here for, right? Give it a try. Number 5, I've got time for one super quick one, but this is not by no means the worst save till last. This is one of the best save till last, of course. Have you considered, or are you eating, or could you eat more of, or you know what I'm saying, fermented foods? Super important for our overall health and our immune health. Why? Because they contain so many probiotics, those amazing little microorganisms that live in our gut, that help balance our gut flora, our gut health, healthy bacteria versus unhealthy bacteria. They get those into balance, which is what we want. Now, the gut itself plays a massive role in our overall health, including our immune health and our immune system response. In addition to the probiotics, when you eat fermented foods, you know that gnarly tanginess you get, that is caused by lactic acid. Now, when you consume lactic acid, in the gut, it's converted to something called D-phenylactic acid. And what that does specifically is kickstart our immune response, kind of like the necessary stress that we've touched on earlier, the short-term immune response, which is good. It kicks things into gear. It keeps our immune system firing on all cylinders, keeps it firing optimally. So there are 5 simple changes you can try, you can think about trying, you can change right now if you want to make sure that your immune system is super, super healthy. But don't forget, get those 4 pillars, those 4 basics of health in order first. Drinking plenty of water, exercising, I think these are probably in the wrong order, exercising oft every single day, eating a nice, healthy, balanced diet, including eating a healthy, balanced diet. Think of Skittles. Don't eat Skittles, please, but think of Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Those amazing fruits and vegetables, all vibrant, different colors, those really intense purples and oranges and reds, etc. They normally contain the most antioxidants, which are brilliant. That's also going to help with the inflammation, clear up all those nasty free radicals. And then finally, get plenty of sleep. So there you go, guys. You're now armed and equipped to get out into that big wide world, to live your best life possible, your healthiest life possible. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know how you get on. Comment below, click like, click subscribe, share it with someone who will enjoy it, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you. Me. All right. A vastly expansive ocean that we could dive into, but we can't. We just we haven't got our Speedos on. Come on. Stress is a vast... I'm actually going to fucking read my notes. Finally, can you... What's the last one? What was the last one?